All right, the next break is the Think break, sampled off Lynn Collins' Think About It in 1972, and this was also produced by James Brown. This break has several bars, and depending on where you sample it, the snare sounds a bit different, as well as this very fifth section, which is just the shaker. So let's check out the entire recording. This shaker section is especially useful for layering over an amen break. All right, for this exercise, I'm going to use the Think break part 3, the third bar. Just like how the kick hits, as well as the snare. Also, the shakers are nice. All right, so let's just turn on warp mode first, and we're going to stretch this to 1 bar. Obviously, there's artifacts doing it this way, so we're going to pitch it up using the complex pro mode. We're going to send the pitch up to 5 semitones. Okay, that sounded pretty natural. That's good enough for me. Just we take this section here and just replace it over here. Now for this one, I did pitch it up to 5 semitones. Now similarly, just like the high pass, I like to boost the super high end. This time I have around the 7K area pushed up by 6 dB. I think I've also rose this area here. That's kind of the snare area. That's around 1700 hertz. That sounds pretty good. If you want to take it to the next step, you can compress this break. This is where it gets really fun. I'm just going to reset my settings here so you can hear what's happening. So essentially, we want this threshold means that anything above the line will get compressed. And my ratio is pretty high at infinity, meaning it's just going to squash the break. Is that smashing the transients of the break. My attack is all the way at 0.01, so even the transients get a smash. But if you want a little more dynamic, you can bring the attack around 20 to 50 milliseconds. That means what happens is when it detects a transient, the compressor won't do anything until 20 or whatever milliseconds. So it allows that transient to be uncompressed, and then it compresses it afterwards. Let's hear it before and after without any processing. All right, let's hear this break over some bass, and this time I'm using the Jungle Square from Gnarly Volume 2. All right, that's giving me some raw old school vibes.